We got Tony Casale from Casale Rental here today, and we're gonna wash down his truck with Stars and Stripes, see how it comes out. Let's get into it. So I'm using my Real Deal touchless foam cannon kit for this job, and I love this thing for a bunch of different reasons. I originally designed it for large companies who have sort of every man for himself kind of wash down at the end of the day, so I needed to make something that had no detachable parts, that measured the soap automatically in an efficient way. So that's what the Real Deal kit is. So that injector that I put the handle over on earlier, that's cutting my soap for me at 100 parts water, dead nuts. No guesswork, no wondering about it. It's coming out just right, just the way I designed it. So I go over the whole vehicle from the bottom to the top as a kind of general rule of thumb, just to keep it from running down and starting to work there first. You put the soaps on from the bottom up. You do a section that's manageable, so not too much. You don't want it to dry before you rinse it off. But once you go over it with the Stars, the pre-soak, you come back to this valve right here, switch it over to the next step. That's the stripes, that's the neutralizer. So once you've gone over the vehicle with the first step, you go over it again with the second step. And what I'm accomplishing here is I'm shocking the pH neutral. What that's gonna do for me is it's gonna loosen up the road film so that when I go to rinse the vehicle, the pressure can take off all of the road film. And that's why I rinse from the bottom to the top. It is faster to rinse from the top down, but what happens is all the soap runs off and you can't really see where you've hit with the pressure and where you haven't, because it looks so good while it's wet. You won't see it till it's dry. So what I do is I use the foam as a gauge. I work my way up into it, kind of aiming down, chopping into it as I work my way up. And in that way, it gives me a sort of marker so I know where I was. And then when it's dry, I just find that it looks a little better. I still go over it top down at the end just to get all of the residual soaps off of there. The first pass on the rinse is like a sort of touchless scrubbing technique. So let's see how this thing turned out. Alright, so we're all dried off, we're ready to see what we got. Touchless washes will only get you so far. They do well, but they only get you so far. We did do pretty good on a lot of the surfaces, but the paint looks fantastic. Look at that. Very good. Look at that chrome. Beautiful. Got almost all the bug guts off of there. That guy was stingy. We got a lot of the heavier lifting done with Stars and Stripes, but we need to hit it just a little harder with some physical contact. So we'll get in here with some M-Shine. This is what I got in here, cut 50-50. Got my alkaline rated pump sprayer and I'm using heavy duty. Well, I'm using heavy duty. Clean the rubber. Professional dressing system filled with my tire and trim. Look at that. Those are looking a lot better. I'm going to shift my attention to these tanks. This is what I want to get out. I want to get this oxidation out of here. So I'm hoping my M-Shine used nice and strong will get that most of the way gone, but let's find out. This stuff right here, I already put it in, cut it about 50-50 with water. 1 part M-Shine, 1 part water. You can use it stronger, but I don't know if there's any need for that. Got my grit guard and my mitt. Let's see what we can do. Not bad. Look at that paint. That's what I like to see, is black paint that's nice and clean after not touching it. So nice. Yeah, the M-Shine, like, you know, it'll take off the brown stuff, but like I was saying before, the etching, it can't remove. So you still have like that sort of lighter stuff in there.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
That'll polish out really quick.
But yeah, I'm gonna go get some chrome polish and just try to paint polish it, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's all you really need to do. There's really not much.
Doesn't need much at all.
It's cleaned up real nice. M-Shine, man, brings back the bling, that's for sure. Dang.